Today, we are inside the 2023 BMW X6 40i. So it's got the B58 engine, which is a 6-cylinder, 3-liter turbocharged engine, which is going to be putting out 335 horsepower. And we're going to go for a POV drive today and show you guys what it's like in the all-new, well, not really all-new, but a brand new X6. Let's hop on the outside, take a look around the exterior of the vehicle. This one is finished off with the beautiful Tanzanite blue. You can see the sparkle coming onto it with the sun. We have the beautiful 21-inch wheels M Sports. With the beautiful 21-inch M Sport wheels. This one also has the black exterior content added on. Looks like we've got the advanced driver assistance package with that radar sensor at the front. Now these are not the laser light headlights, these are just the standard headlights that are coming with the X6. The X6 shares a very similar platform with the X5, but we have that fastback sloping design back here. Little trunk spoiler as well, rear diffuser. Let's take a look in the trunk area. Full power tailgate opens up. We do have a privacy cover that can be installed just like that, or you can leave it open. Then there is additional storage down here as well. Before we hop in on the driver's seat, let's take a look at the back seat area. So this is the Silverstone Sensafin. So it is a synthetic leather option. At the back you have rear heated seats, rear climate control. This is the premium enhanced package, so you get the adaptive traveled seats with the USB-C port and an adaptive area. We can put like a suit jacket, put an iPad holder, put a couple different things in there. Now let's hop in the driver's seat. M Sport pedals, M Sport door sill. More of that Silverstone interior. These seats are so comfy, ventilated and perforated. M Sport steering wheel on the inside. Glass application for the push button start, the shifter, and the iDrive controller. I love how the steering wheel comes into position for you. Just adjust this a little bit, put it all the way forward. Got full digital gauge cluster, infotainment screen, got head-up display. My favorite thing when you get inside, you just hit the max AC button. We're going to activate the ventilated seats. So we don't want heated seats, we want ventilated. We don't want too much noise from the fan though. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about the cockpit, but let's get on the road and then we'll explore this vehicle. When we get stuck behind a little bit of traffic, we'll touch on the iDrive 7 system, we'll touch on some other functions of the vehicle, but let's get a good feel for it. Already, it just feels like such a large vehicle. Suspension, it's kind of floaty, which is surprising for the BMW. BMWs, you know, they always have the stiff suspension. Before we get on the road, I just want to thank Parkview BMW for providing the vehicle for the test drive. So if you guys are in the marketplace for a BMW and you're in the Toronto area, please reach out to Parkview BMW here at 1155 Leslie Street. You can reach out to me at my email in the description of this video and I will help you out on the sales side. All right, let's go. Ooh. Torquey, and it sounds good, and we're in comfort mode. This car also has Eco and Sport. So right now we're in Eco, gauge cluster goes blue, and then with Sport, everything goes red. More aggressive engine power. There's even Sport Plus, so this will be more aggressive on the RPM. So holding the RPMs at 3,000, just upshifted for us, or we go to Comfort, and it upshifts right away. Now in Comfort, you also have this weird tachometer. It's a power meter. If you don't like that, you can come into your iDrive system, go into Car, go into Settings, come over to Displays, Instrument Panel, and then down here, Engine Display, Power Meter, or Tachometer. Now, when you go into Sport, it's always going to be RPMs no matter what. When you go into Eco, it's going to be your fuel efficiency gauge is what that turns into. How much fuel you're using at that exact moment in time. I feel like the funnest way to drive these cars is in Sport Plus mode. So we're going to be in Sport Plus majority of the time, but maybe if you're just normal driving this, you'll probably be using comfort mode most of the time. Now with the iDrive 7 system, you do have standard navigation. This is the main screen where you can adjust these tiles. You can, you know, adjust the widgets, make them anything you want. Sure sounds good while I was getting up to speed. You can see the RPMs are holding. They're waiting for you to get back on the power with this car. Now, one thing that I love about BMWs is the safety systems that come with the vehicle and your adjustability on those safety systems. So you can configure your individual safety system. Pre-collision warning, you can have that on early, medium, or late. Side collision warning, you can have that on or off. Lane departure warning, you can have that on early, medium, or even off. And then you can also have steering intervention that will bring you back into your lane. Active blind spot monitoring, early, medium, or late, or you can turn it off. Steering intervention. Whoa, buddy. That was an aggressive pull out there, but good thing BMW's got strong brakes. One thing I love too is the head-up display, and as well with the navigation, it's a cloud-based system, so you're gonna get real-time traffic info from there as well, and it will appear in your gauge cluster and your head-up display. So let's take a look here. Let's we'll do a search for Parkview. Go back to Parkview. And you can also reach up and tap here, but you can only do that when you're not moving. Start guidance.
In 300 meters, turn left.
So it just wants us to do a U-turn. You see it's white. Once you map the vehicle and you log in with your driver profile, that's when it will go green and red and orange and will be the real-time traffic info. We'll just turn off that voice guidance. I don't really care for the voice guidance there. But you can now see it in the head-up display. You can see it in our gauge cluster and our main map. Now with our main map, or main infotainment system, I mean, you can configure the tiles from the start. You have your media. So you go into here for satellite radio, FM, AM, or mobile device. Communication is your telephone, if you need to add mobile devices or you're going through your contacts. Navigation, we were just in. Apps at the bottom, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto will show up here. A few other ones. Car is where you get into all your car settings. So you can have driving information, trip displays. My favorite one is the sport gauges here. You can see the pound-feet of torque. You can see the horsepower, G-force meter, turbo PSI, and engine temperature. Pretty cool function to have. Are you actually going to be using that while you're owning this vehicle? Probably not. Most times with owning this vehicle, you're just going to leave your infotainment system on the map. Is most likely the priority one. Maybe music if you know exactly where you're going. Because the fact that you have your map in your gauge cluster, you don't really need to have it on your infotainment screen. And you also have it in your head-up display if you turn it on and you're navigating somewhere. So it kind of gets a little bit redundant with how much maps are in this car. You have it in 3 different spots. With the last car I owned with the head-up display, I actually turned the maps off in the head-up display because most times I was using the navigation, I generally knew where I was going. I just wanted to know the time that I would be getting there at. And then if I was going somewhere like on a road trip and I didn't know, okay, I'll go back in the settings and I turn it back in the head-up display for the temporary time. We are about to merge onto the highway here. So we'll leave it in the sport display and get a good feel for the acceleration. I'm very confident in the brakes of this vehicle, knowing that if I get the engine up to speed or the vehicle up to speed, I can bring it back down with the brakes. Yeah, with this 6-cylinder engine, I mean, this is a heavy car. So it's not blowing me away in terms of acceleration, but it's really, I feel like it's the power level that you would expect to get with this size of a vehicle. Got a little bit of traffic here. I like to go all the way to the end of the lane to merge. Doesn't seem like this guy feels the same way, especially when the guy pulled in behind me was already in traffic and then pulled out of the lane. Oh, this guy's impatient. I will not be driving like that. I'm gonna merge over now. And the one thing that I would like to do is test out the Advanced Driver Assistance package. So when you get that, it's in the cruise control. So we turn on the cruise control with this button here. It's now turned on. We can turn up the speed. Put the speed to 100. And now it's going to monitor that car in front, and it's going to keep me lane center in my lane. And I like when you turn it on too, it changes from map view in the center to the assisted view. Let's do, no, not the one I wanted to do. Assistant driving. How do I get it to Assistant Driving Plus that I just saw there? Assisted driving, distance control. So you can choose whether or not it's going to keep you centered in your lane. Huh. It popped up there for Assistant Plus, but then when I hit this, it doesn't show that anymore. That's interesting. But you can see we're monitoring that car. We can reduce the lanes if we wanted to. You can see that, bring those lanes in. It's gonna get closer to that car. Me personally, I like to keep a big trailing distance, so I don't like to keep it on this distance very much. You can see in the head-up display where it's telling us we need to get off here if we want, but we'll go down one more, see if we can get a little bit opened up traffic here. It doesn't look like it's gonna be a good day for test drives today. And we'll spread our distance back out. All right, well, you can see there that Assistant Plus ready. Stay attentive. Okay, so now we're on Assisted Plus. So Assisted Plus should be hands-free when you're below 60 kilometers per hour. So maybe I just had to have my hands off. You can see the green lights that's active, still saying pay attention. So we're no hands. And this terrible stuff can go traffic. If you live in Toronto, get a BMW with Advanced Driver Assistance package, you'll enjoy it. While the car is taking over and doing everything, let's explore a little bit of the iDrive 7 system. So with your driving information, you also have X View, tells you your angles that you're on, tells you the altitude of where you are, energy flow, you can see how that power is being used in your vehicle. We have vehicle status for temperature, or the oil, tire pressure, check control, services required. You have your driver's profiles. Always recommend log into your driver profile right away. It saves all of your settings. If you and the spouse share the vehicle, saves all the settings down to like the safety systems and the temperature on the inside. And then that way when your spouse gets in, they click unlock, everything moves over and you never have to fight about anything. The only thing that doesn't adjust is the mirror in the center because it is not powered. And then actual settings of your vehicle. Back at the beginning, you have your general settings. So automatic time settings, if you go into a different time zone, it'll change for you. Language on the inside, units of measurement, attention camera, speed warning. There is even a valet parking mode that you can use once you have a driver profile. Driving mode, so you can configure sport individual. So when you go into sport mode, you can do sport individual, you can do comfort, you can do eco, and you can configure eco. We'll just go back to comfort mode here. I like the sport because sometimes I like the steering to stay soft, but I like the engine to go into sport mode, and that's the best thing. So it looks like we're traffic jam blocked. So I did the turn signal and we went off of Driving Assistant Plus. So you got to lane change yourself. And then let's go back. Do we have everything to go back to? Driving Assistant Plus is ready. Okay, so you take your hand off the steering wheel, and then it tells you it's ready, and then you click it again, and then it turns on the traffic jam assistance, which will keep you hands-free under 60. Now watch, if we go above 60, should be telling us to put our hands back on the steering wheel once we get above 60. And there it is. Put your hands back on the steering wheel, and it'll get us up to 100. Let's go into sport. We got a little bit of a gap here. Let's do a full accel. Let's say we need to pass somebody in an emergency. All the way down, a little bit of a delay, and we're up. Yeah, I mean, this is a heavy car. 6-cylinder engine is a minimum, but if you want more power than that, then I'd recommend getting the X6 M50i. That's gonna be with BMW's V8 system, which would be 523 horsepower. So almost 200 horsepower more if you get the V8 versus the 6-cylinder. Good firm brakes. Suspension has been plenty comfortable. Say you come to a complete stop, traffic is really tight. There's only gonna be a small gap to get in, and you need to know that you can get in and get up to speed. Well, let's try that. It's got all the power you need to get in and merge. So it's really powerful enough for the size of the engine to pass cars, but if you need more power than what I'm showing you here, yeah, you gotta consider that V8. Now, back to our iDrive 7 infotainment system. Exterior lighting you can customize, turn signals, welcoming, the kidney glow, so the iconic grills that are lighting up at the front while we're driving here, very noticeable in the nighttime. Driving assistant, so we went through that safety and warning, the shortcut button right there, but there's also a few others like driving, so speed limit assistance, display the assisted driving view when active, which is exactly what we're getting in here. So we could go in, we could turn that off, goes back to map, or we could turn that on. I like having it on. Parking maneuvering, automatic PDC activation, so as soon as you go into reverse, the proximity sensors activate. Actually, this one is at low speeds. It will automatically activate once you get close to something. There's automatic parking, so we have the 360 parking camera, which will self-park. We'll show you at the end of the video. Cross traffic warning, and you can even get the volume for the beeping on the inside. Steering wheel feedback, so you have the light elements that you saw engage green here. They also flash red and orange and yellow if you need to. Vibration intensity, right now we have it on medium, so the steering wheel vibrating when it needs to alert you to something. You can customize displays, so there's head-up display that you can customize. So you can see our head-up display just got brighter. You can adjust the height, make it higher up in the screen. You can even adjust the rotation in case you find it a little bit off for your body language. You can choose to have in navigation or not have navigation in there. And additional displays like the driving assistant or sport gauges. I like to put it on automatic depending on what you're doing. So you see we're in sport mode now. We have RPMs up there. And you can adjust the brightness for the control panel or just completely turn it off. And driving mode view, basically, you know, the red, the orange, or the blue, depending on the driving mode that you're in. Doors and vehicles access, my favorite thing is the digital key that you can add in. So you can add in a digital key to your Apple Wallet. Comfort access, so it can actually activate unlock and lock automatically versus proximity when you get away from the vehicle. And there's a couple things there that you can adjust. Does the car automatically unlock when you put it into park? Do the mirrors fold in when you lock the vehicle? Interior lighting, ambient lighting. I mean, this is a blue car on the outside. It deserves blue interior lighting. The sunroof up here does have LED lights built in with the Sky Lounge, so it's going to match that color. And the control panel's right here. I'm going to close that sunshade. You can see the ambient lighting a little bit more along here, down there, down here as well, but I mean it's very bright out, so you're really only seeing that at nighttime. And if you find it too bright for nighttime, you can even dim it. And there's dynamic lights, so if the door is open, the LED lights will turn red and they'll start flashing to warn pedestrians. I like it when you're on the power, the inner gauge cluster goes blue. Oh, it's the e-boost. So that's what that is. So this car does have the 48-volt mild hybrid technology system, which gives you an 11 horsepower boost. And I guess that's when it's using it right there, is that e-boost right there. That is cool to see. Go Sport Plus. Does it do the same thing? That is cool. So when you go back to driving information and you go energy flow, you can see it's charging the battery. That's the 48-volt mild hybrid battery that we're getting for that e-boost. And then this car also has launch control as well. So if you're at the front of a red light or a stop sign, you can activate launch control. It'll build up the turbo boost and give you a perfect launch. Excellent brakes. If you want to activate the launch control, make sure you're in Sport Plus, put the transmission into Sport, you click the traction button once. We got a green light though, so we can't even do it. But then you'd hold your left foot on the brake, right foot down past the kick down, and then a little checkered flag will come up. And then when you let go of the brake there, it launches you forward, which is a lot of fun. So we're almost at the end of my POV driving video. The last thing that I want to show you guys is just how to activate the self-parking feature on this car, since it's pretty cool for reverse or parallel parking. We're almost at Parkview BMW. So once again, if you guys are in the Toronto marketplace and you're interested in a BMW, feel free to reach out to Parkview BMW, or you can reach out to me at my email down below and I'll help you guys out on the sales side. But either way, if you're in Toronto and you're looking for a BMW, make sure you visit Parkview, whether that's through me or anybody else on the sales team. Let's turn in here. Now, when you're looking to find a parking spot in the vehicle, as you're approaching the row, click this small P with the proximity buttons, pops up here. Automatic parking is going to be check marked, and it's going to start finding spots. Now you can see it's finding spots either side for reverse or parallel parking. Come around to the back here, find another one. There we go. So we see we went past that spot. Maybe I'm too far away from the row. There we go. Hands off the steering wheel, feet off the brakes, and you let the car do its thing, and it's going to put you into that spot. So it is a parking assistant. It's putting you in between these two cars. It's not listening to the lines on the road. All right, well, it's going to finish doing its thing. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys appreciated this content. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments what you guys enjoyed most, or if there's anything that you think I can improve to make these videos a little bit better. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, and I'll see you guys on the next video.